Hey, this is 8-Bit Jeff here, and I'm going to turn down the Steam just a little bit because it's loud and I don't know how it records. Today we are going to start a little bit of a new format of Let's Play, and this is called Let's Play Kid Gloves. And I want to give a little bit of credit to the images on the screen. The top image of the Atari ST, that's from Wikipedia. I did get the... Let me turn that down slightly. The music's annoying at the beginning. So I did get the box scans, both the Kid Gloves front and back from Moby Games. And while this music is... I think the music's down. It's hard for me to tell what's recording. But let's go through a couple reviews of Kid Gloves first. I'm going to switch over to... For what the magazine said back then. First we have... this is going to be Kit's ST format, and I got this from stformat.org. They liked it. They didn't like the controls. Let's get the verdict here. Cutesy presentation gives impression that Kid Gloves is a jolly old laugh, but it gets hard. And they gave it a 77. We're going to see about that. The static pictures look pretty good. The CVG review, I got this through the great Lemon Amiga, but this the file is at archive.org. They gave Kid Gloves, the Atari ST version, a 73%. Let's see, the Amiga one got 73 also. Let's see, virtually the same game as ST down to the sound effects. I'm not so sure if Steam, which I'm trying in this one, is dumbing down the sound effects or not. But in any case, they gave it a 73. So it looks like these two magazines, at least, were kind of in concert with one another. They said 77 and 73. Not a great, give it okay game. I've already played this game one time today. And let me see if I can... I'm going to change the playback right now just to see if I can. So I know you turn that down, so we're gonna have to turn it up a little bit as we play. So let's get this review off the screen, and I thank you to the people who provide the reviews on the internet. Thank you very much. I've downloaded and reformatted these for myself, but still, these are your content. And we're going to remove the Adobe Reader, and here we have Kid Gloves. Let's go through a little of the stats on Kid Gloves really quickly. And just bear with me for a second. I do not have my Kid Gloves Moby Games up, but Kid Gloves is a 1990 game released by Millennium for both the ST and the Amiga. And let's get the actual real stats from... This time we'll use Moby. Sometimes we'll use archive. Sometimes we'll use archive.org, but sometimes we'll use Atari Mania. Today it's Moby. This was released in 1990 for the Atari ST and the Atari and the Amiga. Again, let's turn this down just slightly. Game audio. By Millennium Interactive. It's an action game, side scroller, fixed flip screen, and it's very cute. Now, I've already pre-played this game to know that in Steam I do not want to use my Stell adapter and my regular Atari joystick. The reason being, this game is much better played with two buttons. So I have my Xbox controller plugged in, and I have a button map to both fire and jump. One thing I can tell you is, with the Atari joystick, I was terrible at this game. We are using a pasty file. Excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. But the pasty is a real disk image. It's not a crack. So I have no cheats that I can put in at the moment. I probably need cheats. I probably should go to one of them. The first version of this I did try was the Peter Putnick 8-bit chip hard drive version. It does not load up properly in a GemDOS hard drive that I can find right now. Maybe if I dumb this down to a different toss it would, but I don't know. Usually Peter's stuff works. So again, let's try Kid Gloves now. So stop the yapping, Jeff. Let's get some of the music backed up for Kid Gloves. Let's get the sound up so you can hear the wonderful David Whittaker music. I had to pause it for a second. And you won't need to hear me too much except for my complaining when I'm not able to play this game very well. So I have the A button set to be the fire button. Let's see. I'm using the hat, not the analog joystick, because analog is flying all over the screen. And pretty much everything on this screen kills you. Why this? I didn't read the game description. I should have. Why this little woman at the top, maybe it's an elf, why that kills you, I'm not sure. You want to pick up these. Food scores points, and you want to get keys. And it's an exploration game. I could see this game on my Sega Master System back when I was a wee lad. Sorry, I was like 19 when I had a Sega Master System. Let's flip to the next screen. This is a hard one. You gotta kill these guys. I'm gonna be quiet now. Much better with the jump button, that's for sure. There's lots of stuff in every one of these that'll kill you, so you gotta watch out. Let's get this guy again. Ah! Okay, you actually have to remember which button's which too, even if you have two buttons. So you gotta be good at video games sometimes. I'm not. I mean, I try to be, but I'm not. But I do like games like this. Let's see. So this is our sort of explanation of if, you know, ST in sort of making an 8-bit game, and these British 8-bit games, could they have been as good as games on a Master System? Now, or, you know, an NES? Yes, of course. But let's get these ice cream cones down here. Oh, I opened the wrong one. Okay, so let's see if I can jump up again. You gotta shoot everything. So you notice the music goes away when the game starts. That's okay. It's got some interesting sounds. Like I said, these are emulated. I'm not 100% sure. My STE and my ST are both in hiding right now, getting packed for a move to a new game room. And bear with me, because even with the right keys, I can't jump. Okay, there. So now you can knock those down and then use them to jump if you want to. Now, one thing about this jump is when I was trying to push up with the joystick, this jump I kept on missing. I think it's going to be a little easier now that I have a jump key. I do, jump button. Oh no, I had this in a game pack. Kid Gloves came with a couple of the games. I swear it came with like Super Skid Marks or something like that in a game pack that we got when I went to a place called Computer Games Plus in Orange County, California. This is where Steve and I ate, it was Fulton Bot on our Into the Vertical Blank podcast, and me, 8-Bit Rocket, or Into the Vertical Blank. This is when we, there's a lot of cheap deaths in this game, by the way. And cheap deaths, not a fun game make, but it just I think it just takes remembering. You only get 2 shots on the screen at once. But you get a lot of lives. You get 9, although I go through the lives really quickly because I'm not very good at it. So you got to watch out. There's a lot of puzzles on every screen, and if you don't know, there's a lot of things. Like right away, screen 2, unless you memorize it, is pretty tough. Watch, I got to go like that. Ugh. I'm trying to move back so it hits me. I got 3 more lives. Let's see if I can at least get through this screen in this video. I mean, this go around. I'll do a couple. Oh my god. Okay. It's hard to get to move back and forth right away. Let's see. This may not be the strategy for this screen, but let me see here. Nope. Okay. Every time I hit that, it hits. Okay, let's try again. Let's see what happens. Here's some more of the music. The music sounds better now after the original load. And again, this was only for the ST and Amiga. The Amiga review said there was pretty much like the ST version. I think that's pretty easy to do when it's a single screen non-scrolling game, and a lot of times, if David Whitaker, a lot of times at this time they would just port it directly over. They wouldn't use the second 16 color plane on the Amiga. It was too hard to do. They would just sort of port it directly over, remap the graphics. The ST uses a 4-bit planes, and each one of them, I think it's transparency. I think you get transparent on the bit planes. You can bear with me if not, but I know it's RGB as the bit planes. The Amiga had a similar situation, but what they had was two 16 color planes. So 32 concurrent colors on the screen, but you did have to split them between two different planes, and a lot of times programmers weren't ready to use that yet, and they would just make an Amiga game look just like the ST. But seeing this game, the ST game version is not a bad game. Is Kid Gloves a good game? Well, that's different. Really, a lot of times I just talk about how the game is made and how it was rendered, what kind of aspects they used to make the game, and technically it's good. I would have loved to have seen at this time, 1990, STE sound, because this does not sound good. Now a lot of these times when you hit these blocks, oh no! Even said, okay, we'll go through these 9, and you'll get the gist of it. You want to play this game on your own, because I definitely am not going to be the. But what do I think about the actual rendering and the way this game is made? I think this is a good one. Is this a gem that I would put in my Atari ST like gems video? Maybe. Is it a game that I would put in my games that rock on the Atari ST? Probably not. I mean, it's a good game, but it doesn't. It's competently made. Let's see. So if you jump over here, oh, don't do that again, Jeff. You know that you added a jump key. Oh man. You're just watching someone pathetic play this game, which just, think about it for the visual effects and the rendering, not the actual gameplay. Because even though this is called Let's Play, it should be called Let's Fail, because I'm not very good at these games either. You can actually jump up here, do this before, and then you can get that key, and now you can jump through. Because I have a jump key, but the jumps are, oh no! Okay, the jumping is very static still. Doesn't matter how fast you're going. So there's no acceleration added to the jumping. It actually makes it a little more difficult than you expect. Let's kill this dude. I like the sprites. They're kind of cool. I like the sort of spot sounds. They're very ST-like spot sounds. They're using very much a square wave. I got very much the ST square waves. There are people who've been able to manipulate the sound chip and have much better sounds than this. But this is David Whitaker did the music, so I think that's all they really cared about at the time, right? Okay. Got that guy. Let's see, jump, jump, jump. I think I gotta kill these guys before I try and jump over there. Okay, let's go here. Oh, oh god. Okay, I'm just going to be quiet and allow you to enjoy the ambient Atari ST sounds of Kid Gloves while I fail. Anyone see Chelsea win the Champions League yesterday? So that'll date this video now, because Chelsea won the Champions League in 2021 yesterday against Manchester City. I'm not really either a Chelsea or a Manchester City fan, but Christian Pulisic of the U.S. is on Chelsea. We also have an American goalkeeper on Manchester City. He didn't play, of course, because Manchester City has a fantastic goalkeeper. They do not need a backup to play in the Champions League. At least not a final, that's for sure. Well, I gotta get up and get that key. Alright, one more try at this, and then I'm going to relieve you of having to watch me play this game anymore. Let's see here. But as would I play this game more? Yeah, with cheats. I mean, I definitely need cheats. Would I give it a 77? Yeah, I think they accurately gave it okay. I like it with this 2 buttons, although even though it's got 2 buttons, I'm not using them properly. That was fun. See, the enemies respawn too quick. I'm too bad at these games, and the enemy respawns way too quick, and so then they get me again. But I mean, it's a challenge for me especially. I mean, I think that be a challenge for a lot of people playing games, but okay, let's do this now. You notice that no matter how far I jump, I press the jump key. If you're moving, you can't jump. This is the problem. This is the problem with some Atari ST games. It's only taking 1 button input at a time, so I can't move and jump at the same time. I mean, I can't fire or move and jump at the same time because it thinks it's trying to use the up key and the side key at the same time. It doesn't want to take it. That's a big problem when you're trying to get through one of those. So, design decision they had to make at the time. Now I understand why I'm having problems with this game. It's because I'm trying to move and jump at the same time, and that's how I would play this game. I think that could be the end of my game. No, I got one more. Okay, let's see if I can unfail myself through this game. Oh, I was quick enough to not have to. So you don't want to move. You want to move after you've jumped. Doesn't work either though. That way, at that one time, I was able to move and jump at the same time. The enemies are going to respawn before I have a chance to come through. Y'all know what that means. There we are. Finally made it to the next screen. Okay, then the screen is impossible because you got to watch out. Not just cheap deaths. You just have to understand the screen. It's that. Oh man. Okay. Well, I can only get through 3 screens, but that is Kid Gloves. And is it a good game? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a good game. I'm gonna say that it probably plays just as well with the regular Atari ST or Amiga controller. That would be a single button because of the way the mechanics are done when it's doing the input of the game. But I would, if you're playing an emulation, I still would drop in an Xbox controller or something that has 2 buttons. I do that a lot with the Atari ST games. In fact, it's a perfect way, especially in Steam, perfect way to play games like, any game that you have to jump, basically any game that you have to jump and fire, or any game that takes 2 buttons. So, in any case, okay. Well, next week we'll pick out a different game to do for the Atari ST, and we have one coming up for the Atari 800 later in the week. So, again, this is 8-Bit Jeff, Jeff Fulton from the Into the Vertical Blank podcast. Go have a try at Kid Gloves yourself and give me a comment and let me know what you think of it. Do not have to tell me that I suck at this game, or you can, because I know. Okay, until then, Into the Vertical Blank.
An 8-Bit Rocket Studios production.